Now, touch math is used for addition and subtraction. And the idea is that almost any combination of addition or subtraction facts can be done if you know how to count forward to 20 and backwards from 20. And actually for the addition going forward, you really only need to count forward to 10. And you're going to have the kids use what are called touch points on the numbers. So, and I'll show you the touch points. The 1 has a touch point on the top, the 2 there, the 3 is like this, the 4 here. Now once the kids learn the touch points, they won't necessarily be writing them. They'll learn them and they'll just be tapping them. So as they get this down, I'll show you how it's actually used. The child will always start with the larger number that they're adding, whether it's on the top or on the bottom. And they start by saying the big number and tapping it, 6. And then they count on using the touch points, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is much more accurate than using fingers, and just take my word for it, this is a much better system if you can get the kids to use it. And typically if you have a reward system in place, they will do it. And a lot of the parents will cooperate and work with the kids too. So your first step is which number is bigger, touch it, and that's very important, and say it, and it has to be done out loud. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, all of these touch points are pretty obvious, pretty easy to memorize. The 6, and from the 6, 7, and 8, I do it a little differently. The actual system calls for a double dot on the 6. So it would be a dot and then another dot, like that. And the kids would be counting on, say, from a 7, and they would go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have found some problems with the double dot, and so if a child happens to already been introduced to the double dot, use it. But if not, try this. It involves using a series of X's. And so if I'm teaching the child to add a 7 to a 6, I would go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's for the 6. It's 3 X's down the back with a number said each time they make a line. Now you have to get the child to slow down at first, because otherwise they'll do this. They'll go 7, 8, and they'll just make 1 X. So just slow them down and make them count as they make the single line. Okay, now here for the 7, the system is you put a dot on the end and then you use the 3 X's. And you're not using these a whole lot because you'd only use them, say, with a larger number. So if you're counting on from 8, you go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now with the 8, the markings are X's again, and it's on each of the curves. So it's pretty easy to remember where to put them. And the beauty of the system is once the kids learn where the points and the X's go, they can visually see what they're doing, and they don't have to rely on having the right number of fingers out, and they have a tendency to really get confused about which one they're starting on and so on. So this works really well. Now it also works when you're doing subtraction. The kids have to be able to count backwards from 20, and I'll show you why. If you had a problem like this, and you're trying to take a 4 from the 3, they can't, but they can count backwards now from 13. And you go 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. It's very fast once the kids get the hang of it. The entire point, though, is that you have to get the parents on board with it, because the kids will need a little supervision. Some kids don't need supervision and will practice it on your own. So that's the touch point system.